Hey guys, Jodie here and welcome to my first house speed build. Now the inspiration for this build is basically a replica of my childhood home. Well, as close as I can get within The Sims 4. Now the reason I'm doing this is I recently started a let's play for my Sims 4 and I was playing as myself Sim. Anyway, I've had a few people in the comments saying, well, instead of doing random stuff within the game with your self sim, why don't you do my life in the self in the Sims? And I thought that was a really good idea. So what I'll be doing is I will have myself, my brother, and also my mum and dad, and I'll be aging my brother and myself down. And through this, we'll get to know myself a little bit more and a little bit about my brother and all that. So just basically both Tech G and I, or Camo, or Chris, or however you know him as. And you'll get to know a little bit more about our life and our stories. And obviously there'll be some name changes. I'll have I'll have friends. I'll make new ones and all that sort of stuff. So I'm pretty excited. So as you can see here, I've done basically the layout of the house as well as the front and the back sort of awning, and I'm doing the roof now. I had so much trouble with, not so much trouble with the roof, but I couldn't work out why I couldn't see the top level. And then in the end, I realized the walls were down. So, go me. The roof's kind of it's kind of a green tin roof. The roof is a darker green, but sadly this is all we have in The Sims to do with. We're just doing the carport here, and I couldn't find the right tile to match the floorboard. So in the end, I ended up putting like another roof and trying to flatten it down to make it as flat as I could for the carport. But in the end, I really did like how the roofing turned out. Because I feel I'm absolutely horrible in roofing. Like, no matter how many times I've gone in and built a house and the roofing just looked horrible. If I could not put, if there was an auto roofing tool like The Sims 3, and I know that wasn't the best, but the roofing technique on that was better than myself. I'm not sure how old this house was in real life, but they had the awnings at the front. So I'm really glad they had that in the green. And also but in the backyard, which is where I am, there was a glass sliding door, but because they don't have sliding doors in The Sims, sadly you can't do that. So here we are attempting to, oh yes, we're moving it over because I realized I didn't have enough room in the front yard to start doing the basically doing the foliage and all that sort of stuff. So we make the cream. It's a panelled white house. I wasn't sure if the house was green because I was looking at the photos and also on Google Earth, and I wasn't sure if the house was just dirty or whether it was actually cream. So in the end, I end up making it white. There was a side entrance from the garage, and I don't actually, now I think about it, I don't think put a door on that side. Oh well, if not, I'll fix it up. So here we start doing the plants. I tried to do what I could to get the most sort of replicated, sort of things. As I said before, it's a Sims 4. We're not going to have everything, but we had the plants on the side, and also in the front, there's these two trees. I tried to include them as much because those main things about the front yard was those two trees that I remember. But in the end, after I put them in, they kind of blocked the vision of the house. And if you were going to have a nice house, then why would you have two trees? So in the end, I end up taking them out. Obviously, I didn't replicate. Oh my god, that was horrible. That was horrible. Anyway, moving on. Tried to replicate. Yay! Claps for me. The beds on the side, just because it needed to have some sort of color, some sort of foliage, because everything was great. Whoa, that bush was too big. Okay, so what else? What else can I talk about? Oh yes, so another thing that's a little bit off topic I don't know how quickly I can push these videos out because I've had so much problem within the last couple of days. You may not have noticed because I've had videos going up, but I have pre-recorded a few videos before this happened, but rendering my video software, I don't know what's going on. It's failing. It's no longer letting me import MP4s into Sony Vegas, which is what I use. I was told that there was a problem with the codec and all you had to do was install QuickTime, but I did that and that didn't do anything else. I also tried to manually install one, but everything went up shit creek, basically putting it nicely. And I just got so frustrated and all that. And it was just horrible. In the end, I ended up installing Adobe Premiere because I was like, I need to get these videos. I have no problem recording them. They're sitting there. They're bulking up, and I wanted to put them up, but I just couldn't edit them down. So hopefully, if you guys see this, it means it worked. Either that or Sony Vegas is working. Either way, But if it gets to the point where some episodes are very quiet or I don't release videos, this will be the main reason why. Anyway. Enough said about that. Here we are heading towards the backyard. Now, I wish I could have replicated all of the backyard, but the backyard in this house is really, 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 long. I wouldn't say really, not really, really long, but longer than I would say, as a backyard. Because what it was for half the backyard, it was from the back of the house to the midway, there was greenery. And then up the back, there was this sort of rocky area. And here, there was a track. And it used to go sort of like an S-bend. And it was a fair few of those. And when we were little, we used to get on bikes and ride up and down through there and kept on coming around. And it was all gravel and everything. And it would lead up to a back shed. But in the end, I think before I started building the shed, but I ended up taking it away just because of the height level. I wanted it to be a nice little shed like it was, but it wasn't, quite working and it wasn't functional sort of thing. And on the side, there's sort of it was like a meshy shed area. I can't remember what we stored there. But I ended up including it in the build just because my dad's a handyman, and what I hope to do is to get his handiness skill up. So I hope to put other crafting and all that other sort of stuff up there just to get his handiness up. And he's a mechanic in real life, and because we don't have cars in the Sims 4, I hope to get in there and get him to do some building and some crafting and sort of sell objects that way. And what I might do is, eventually I'll move the house to a big lot and have him sell objects from there. That's basically what I'm thinking, but I won't go into it too much. Other than that, we're pretty much near the end of the video. We're just doing a bit more gardening and a bit more foliage. Oh, there's also, after this video, there are some things I included which you'll see in the photos. After I spoke to Mum, she mentioned there were a few other things which I forgot or we didn't see in the photos. So there's a garden bed and everything else. But from here, I'll leave you guys with some photos. And until next time, I hope you guys enjoyed the idea of the Let's Play. If you have any more ideas, let me know. Until then, guys, see you later.